Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why? Or have you found yourself staring at your computer screen? Yeah, we do that often. Feeling like your thoughts are wrapped in cotton wool. If you're not in your head right now, listen up. So we know that one of the symptoms, one of the side effects, one of the things that happen during this perimenopausal hormonal shit show is we forget. Well, maybe not forget, but we just don't know what we're doing with certain things. So this brain fog is a time when our brain isn't quite sure what's happening. The signals aren't quite working because the hormones have gone. It's how we know that we're actually in perimenopause because it's quite normal. I know it's one of those symptoms that are or can be quite distressing because we're getting on, we associate it with other conditions that might be more worrying. But for the majority of us, it is going to be connected to our hormonal shift, our hormonal profile. So I don't know if it's ever happened to you. It's happened to me loads. I mean, one of the most embarrassing times was I was talking to somebody. I knew exactly who that I no, I didn't know who they were. That's the whole point. I knew them. I could recall so much information about them. I knew them quite well. Could I remember their name? Nope. 2 weeks later, suddenly came to me. And a flood of detail came in about them as well. So, excuse me, this is one of the things about brain fog. So the brain fog is there, but when the brain fog, can't even speak now, clears, we can get unexpected clarity. And it can lead us to thinking about other things that we can do, that we should do. So this hormonal transition is a time of much change for us. It's a time where we can revisit things that we haven't done for a long time. So it's a time where we can gain more clarity about what we want to do going forward. Now, it might be a bit fuzzy in the middle bit, but what we are actually trying to do and what is actually having to happen is these neural pathways, the bits inside your brain that where the signals go, are going to have to rewire. They're going to have to reignite because that hormone that was there and that was instigating some of these signals, some of these things, that's gone. So the brain is going, oh, what's happening? And it has to find those new pathways again. So we can help to reorganize our brains at this stage, which means that we can change the tone, we can shift what we want to do, how we want to do it. So things that can help us through this phase, through the menopause transition, through the problem of having this brain fog. So we may or we may not journal at the moment, keep a diary, write things down, put them in an app. But it's always a good idea to write down when we have these moments where we can't remember, where we can't think. But we could also, because we want to take off some of the pressure from this brain fog, if we can plan what we're doing, then we're not taking up that space in our brains. We're allowing space for the reorganization to take place. So that allows for us to be less stressed and less concerned about what is actually going on, which is, we know, a natural process. Now, if we can, write down at the time what it is that you've forgotten, that you have lost, that you can't remember. You might notice I do it quite a lot when I'm doing my discussions because I do get lost. My brain goes off somewhere, it goes for a walkabout. And I've come to terms with the fact that this might be a condition that I take forward with me. Now, I have to caveat here. I am one of those people that have all my life looked for a dewberry, a what's it, because I forget the word. Not very good when I was a chemistry teacher. But when I was working with the horses, not too bad because the doobie, the doofer could have been a saddle, could have been a bridle. Just point, it's fine. But I don't now stress about it. And what is also happening is that I am more clear on where I want to be going. So we can also, as you noticed there, I sort of reverse engineered what was happening. I reverse engineered the problem. Done it again. So what I have given you is a technique, the journaling. The journaling can help you with the problem at the time, but if you journal and diarize and plan what you have to do, so you put in the doctor's appointment, the go to works, the go shopping, the pick up the kids, all of that sort of thing, you put those in, that gives less space for you to be in the panic stage. Okay. So, what you can also do, or what can also happen with the journaling process, is it's a reminder. You know, you get those aha moments every now and then, all those déjà vu moments. Well, that's what the journaling can help you do because your brain is like, I need a bit of a help out here. If you're journaling about what it is, that can trigger. So, as I've said, I've done this quite a few times. I am quite well known in this area for walking around, la in my own little land, and people come up to me and start talking to me, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, I know this face. Haven't a clue who they are, but I'm looking for markers, clues to tell me how I know them, where I know them from. And then, even if I don't come up with their name at the time, later on, I often do. I mean, you know, places like Facebook, Instagram, the social medias, they're great places, aren't they? Because the person comes up with a picture and their name. Yay! Job's good and we're all sorted. If you're meeting people out and about, they don't walk around with labels next to them, do they? So sometimes we can recognize their face. Sometimes you can be in a conversation, somebody will be talking about somebody, and you'll go, oh, I know the name. And then you can't put a name to the face. That's quite a well-known saying, isn't it? So this can be because of our brains, the hormonal change, and the change in our neural firing. So what we're looking for is one, not to get too stressed about it, because we know we can blame it onto those hormones. Two, write it down. Get a planner. Make sure that we have got more space in our brains to rewire it once this hormonal shit show has calmed down. So we're ready when we get to the other side to become a new you. Okay, so if you're looking for support on this, and you think, I might be able to help. I mean, it does sound like I don't know what I'm talking about all the time, doesn't it? Because I rabble on and forget things and then come back to the point. So, if you're looking to find a new you, re-establish you, find a community where you can be supported no matter how off the ball you might feel, and you are looking for a different way forward. Maybe your job is becoming a bit too much because of those hormonal symptoms. Maybe you want a little bit of extra support. Then drop me clarity below. We use that word for this one today, so it comes through. And we can book to have a chat, see how I can help you, how I can support you, and how we can move you forward from this perimenopausal, menopausal transition and give you much more confidence, much more self-esteem, and brighter future. Hope that has been useful. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.